and I got the backup battery, and I have my battery pack for charging, you know, just a general battery pack to charge anything. We just passed, another little butterfly, we just passed the peak of this hike. So we're actually going to be all downhill from now, but it is downhill from, and it's not straight down, but it's not like up and down like Mount Maya was, but it is, we're at 2,600 feet, and I think we're going to 200. So we're going to drop 2,400 feet over the next, we got 5.5 kilometers remaining. So not quite halfway yet, but the up part is down or done, and now we're just going to go down. Now I'm going to be kind of stuck a little bit if there's not a hotel in this town that I'm walking to, because it's going to be pretty close to dark by the time I get there. In fact, that light's fading already. So I tied up my hat on my pack because it wasn't helping me any, and we're just gonna keep moving. But oh man, look at these beautiful trees, and I keep seeing more of these bells. So when I'm not talking to you guys, I need to start singing songs, because somebody out here is worried about bears. So I guess I should be a little worried too. This one doesn't have a clacker. Clickety clacker. Oh, there's this. It's the lucky point. That's what it says right there. A power spot of happiness. And I can tell you, I'm very happy to be on this trail right now, even if I'm unsure of what's ahead of it. This is a beautiful, awesome trail. These trees are gorgeous. It's like the perfect temperature for hiking. I did have a little mosquitoes a little bit ago, but they seem to have, I kept moving and they seem to have got distracted by something else, because it doesn't seem like they're following me. Or maybe I don't think I'm moving too quick for them. I bet mosquitoes can move pretty fast if they want to, especially if they're hungry. But this trail's gorgeous. There are parts like this part which is a little less maintained than some of the other parts, but nonetheless it's beautiful. And I got the water right there, so I have a liter of water in my bottle, and I have my water filter, and I think I'm going to be fine till I get to the next town, as long as there's a hotel in that town. I don't really know what I'm going to do if there's not a hotel there. Because I can tell you, I probably not today, make it back up this side of the mountain and back down to Magome. There was a hotel in Magome, and in retrospect, maybe it was the smarter thing to stay in Magome tonight, but I hadn't really hiked much, and I wanted to get a hike in, get some exercise going. I sat on a train and then a bus and then a train all day, so I wanted to get moving, you know. But in retrospect, now that I'm almost halfway, it might have been wiser to stay the night in Magome, where I saw a hotel, and then start this path first thing in the morning. That way I had enough time to get back in the daytime if I have to turn around. But oh well, I'm prepared. I got a bunch of stuff. I got all the things that I need to be properly prepared for a long hike. And as my buddies in the Rangers say, luck shines on the prepared man. So I'm just gonna cash in a little, hopefully a little luck, and we'll have a hotel to stay in when we get to Tsumago. I do see a big old horsefly wandering around me right now. I should stop, let them land on me, and then squash them. I got the towel in my hand because I didn't want the towel to get soaked, because if I get completely soaked in sweat, it's hard to operate my phone like that. So by carrying the towel, I'm going to try to keep it as dry as I can so that I don't have that issue. And speaking of the phone, I should double check my map, just because this is not a trail I've been on before and that I'm familiar with. So we're going to do that right now. I did take a picture of one of the trail map bulletin boards a little bit ago. Yeah, we're still on the right trail. It says an hour and 40 minutes remaining, and it's 6 o'clock. So that's 7:40. So hopefully we're not finishing this trail with a headlight. I think if I just keep on keeping on, as my man Joe Dirte says, we should get there before dark. It says an hour and 36 minutes remaining. So as I'm going downhill, my pace is picking up. I'm going 2.3 miles an hour. So not that I'm going to start running or anything. And again, I got water right there, extra water right there. I got water in my bottle. I'm okay. So we're just going to keep on keeping on. I maybe should have bought bug spray, but I haven't really had a lot of problems with skeeters or anything like that while I've been out in the Japanese wilderness. And cross my fingers, I have not had any issues with ticks. Maybe they just don't like the taste of my American blood, or they think I smell bad. I don't know. But I did see a commercial where they're advertising a bug spray, and it mentioned ticks. So it's clear they have them here, but I just haven't had any problems with them, which I am beyond grateful for, because there are few things in the world that I dislike as much as ticks. So we're still heading the right way. I don't know where that trail goes, but we're still heading the right way. And the temperature's beautiful. It's a little overcast, but that can be a nice thing when you're hiking, because the sun's not beating you up. And these trees are gorgeous. Gorgeous. And they're so straight. It's remarkable. It really is truly remarkable how straight some of these trees are. I mean, I get it that they're all competing with each other and they're all going straight up, but man, like telephone poles, or straighter, really. So let's see. Yeah, I think we're in good shape. There is a bus stop on the map right here. And then there's another one. So if I do get to Tsumago and find out that, hey, dum-dum, there's not a hotel there, I guess I could take the bus back to the town that I got the train in, which was, got the train into, 7/20/25. Where are you from? Use green. New Jersey, USA. I did see a sign a little bit further back. There's a bathroom. This country is just awesome. I mean, who puts a bathroom on a trail like this? Who knows how many people use this trail a year, and they spend the time to put a bathroom here. There's just infrastructure and things for people everywhere. I love this country. Anyway, 4.7 kilometers remaining. So we're about the halfway point, because when we started it was 7.7 away. Not really. Almost halfway. But what was I gonna say? Oh, a mile back on the trail there was a garden, and it said, you can come through my garden if you wish. And then there was a sign that said, I've grown too old to take care of it. You can relax and work in my garden if at your own risk, if you feel inclined. And I gotta say, I was tempted to sort of just get to work, because I miss my garden. I did talk to my buddy Shady on the phone the other day, and he said the garden's doing good. And I talked to the lovely ladies in the main office. Man, that was probably 2 or 3 weeks back now. Probably 2 weeks ago. Yeah, because that was when I was in Osaka the first time. And they said that the garden looks good and that everything's getting watered. Thank you, Mr. Caldwell. So I'm happy to hear that. But I do miss my gardens. It's sort of my relaxation at the end of a long day, to sit there and tend the garden and take care of it and pull weeds and do all those lovely things. So I'm not gonna lie, it is getting a little more than overcast right now, so we better keep moving. This is a gorgeous trail. Just gorgeous. And we're already up to another 15 minutes on the camera on this shot. So, and it looks like we're at halfway on the battery, so I might shut it off after this bend and then start singing to myself again for those bears. I don't know if there really are any bears out here, or if they just want the hikers to pay attention to what they're doing. Seems like a good way to get a hiker to pay attention to what they're doing is put a bunch of bells for bears so they can ring them. But people do things for a reason. I'm not sure what that reason is, and here's another one of those bells. So when I shut this camera off in a couple bends, I don't want you to miss these beautiful trees. It's not like you haven't seen that many trees since I started this adventure. But so yeah, if there's a bell every mile or so, there might be bears here. So I'll just, when I turn this camera off, I'll just go back to singing old ballads. Oh, Skeeter got me on top of the head. I felt it. Leave me alone, Skeeter. Scooter, Skeeter. Something about union trees, Sagawa trees on that sign. Not really sure. But this part of the trail seems a little bit more groomed. Did we lose our hat? We didn't lose our hat. I don't want to lose another hat. I got lucky to find another straw hat in Kobe. At least the style that I like and I'm comfortable with. Sometimes they put fabric on the underside of the brim of the straw hat so that it has like a pattern and looks cool. But it makes the hat so much heavier. And then it doesn't allow the heat to rise through the straw. That fabric, how much could that heat could that fabric hold? Well, you'd be surprised. So I was really lucky to find my style hat in Kobe. I found a place called Murasaki Sports. The guy was real nice to me in Kobe, in Santa Mia. And the only men's hat that they had that fabric. So I ended up getting a Roxy hat, which is Quicksilver's female line. But a straw hat's a straw hat. And I think I said this already, I doubt anybody's gonna look at my hat and say, is that a woman? Not me. I don't think anybody would confuse me that way. Mr. B, I gotta keep moving, okay? B was running into my belly, probably smelled all the sweat, the salt in my sweat. There are something called sweat bees, and they won't really sting you, but they'll land on you and sort of lick the salt off of your skin. So that might be what that guy was. Looks like this is my trail here, but just because I'm not taking any chances, we're gonna pull up the map, recenter. Yes, this is it. Oh man, I'm glad I didn't turn the camera off. This is a cool spot. This is a cool area. So, and I'll be honest, right? I'm not like a bug guy. So it was my friend Judy, who I haven't seen in a couple years, but I did talk to you before I left. Miss you, Judes. It's my friend Judy who taught me about, well, I don't know about taught, but told me about sweat bees years ago. I don't know if that was just on a day we were hanging out or if that was back when we were in college. So, but yeah, I didn't really know about sweat bees until Judy was telling me about them. I was like, man, that's fascinating. So it's dusk, right? I'm sure it would be a little bit brighter if it wasn't overcast, but I can definitely tell that the sun's going down at this point. So I did just check that map. And it's got me, I mean, we only have 2.2 miles left. So this has got me an hour and 15 minutes. I mean, I'm getting there. So we should be good. Now, I did say light fades fast in the mountains, so I'm definitely not going to stop. I'm not tired either, but I'm definitely not going to stop. Oh, look at that little river. And enjoy any of these gorgeous views for too long. Because if I'm walking for the last 10 minutes with a headlight, that's one thing. But if I gotta walk for the last hour with a headlight because I stopped to enjoy the view, I'm gonna be a little irritated with myself. So we're just gonna keep moving. Here's another bear bell. That one had a good ring to it, even though it's kind of rusted. Which, I mean, duh, it's rusted, man. It's sitting in the middle of the forest. Another bathroom. So this puts us back on the road for a little bit. But I will say every place that I've been on the road on this trail, there's a pedestrian spot. So 3.7 kilometers remaining. Now look at this lovely pedestrian walkway. So, you know, I was kind of worried about what was going to happen after Tsumago. Now I'm messing up the name. Because it looked like the Nakasendo turned into a lot of highway. But if it's highway with this nice walking path next to it, it doesn't seem too dangerous. So we may end up doing that. I do want to get to Narajuku in a reasonable timeline, because after we do Narajuku, I am going to try to go to Kamakochi, which is in Nagano, and it's really pretty, judging from the pictures that I've seen. So Now it looks like we're going up again for a little bit. But not too long. And then there's some construction down there. It seems like there's construction everywhere in Japan. Even in rural spots like this. Like I saw that they were going to, when I got off the subway train, or well, just the, I don't know what kind of train, just the regular train, I saw signs saying that they were actually going to be bringing the Shinkansen, the bullet train, to that station eventually. So that's pretty cool. 3.6 kilometers. Oh, I don't know if that bridge washed out or if they're just replacing it. All right, I'm gonna shut you guys off because we're at 27 minutes. And we're down to what seems like 25%. See what I mean? Like, we were just at 67%. So this battery, this machine, this camera does not like having a hot battery. So I'm gonna shut that down. Oh man. All right, I'm gonna shut it down after this bend because this looks cool. Okay, and I also think I'm kind of losing some light here. So I want to pick up the pace, and it's a little bit easier to do without the camera in my hand. And I'm getting a couple more insects here and there. So I want to start using the towel as sort of like a horse's tail. Oh my gosh! I think the temperature just dropped 10 degrees Fahrenheit. Walking into this valley right here with this, it doesn't look like I can see it really well on the camera because the camera's getting darker, but this beautiful, beautiful stream. It looks like there's a couple steps right there, so if you wanted to take a swim. But I gotta tell you, with my shirt soaked with sweat like this, and that temperature drop that I just felt, I feel pretty cool and comfortable. I'm not really hurting too bad. I don't know what that is. It looks like, oh, some kind of ladder. Huh. I wonder what that's for. Huh. So here's another bear bell. And we're definitely going to shut this down because I need this to cool down. I need the camera to cool down, or else we're going to drop from 25% battery to 0 in just a couple seconds. So I'm going to let you guys go for a second. But everything's good. I love it here. Everything's good. It's gorgeous. Good, gorgeous. Everybody that I've been talking to at home is saying, enjoy your time, blah, blah, blah. You know, you work hard, Vanny, you've earned it. And I gotta say, I am just loving my time here. It is gorgeous. So they want me to walk on this wooden platform so I don't fall. I probably wouldn't have fell, but you know what? When you're in another country, just follow the rules. And that's what I'm gonna do. There's another bear bell. So, again, I don't know if they put these here for fun or if these bells are so old that they were here when those bears were less endangered. Those Asiatic black bear. But there's a lot of them, so we'll see. Well, I hope we don't see. I'm gonna be a loud American, and hopefully the bears will say, I don't know what that is, let me stay away from that. Because it's loud and that's not Japanese. So hopefully the bear's like, I'll just stay away from whatever that is. And man, that river dropped down far. It was just next to me a little bit ago. And now, I don't know, I'd say it's 150 feet down there. And you can see it's not exactly dark. It's not exactly dark here, but in the tree canopy, the light is fading. So we gotta shut this down for the 5th time. I just miss you guys. That's why I keep saying I keep you with me. Not that I'm lonely or anything, but I do miss the people that I care about. And I think the only people that are watching these videos are the people that I care about, because I don't think that they're that interesting to other people. But it's like when you go to leave somewhere. Oh my God, look at that tree. First off, look at that one. That's massive. And then look at the shape of that one. Wow. And I can't tell, are they? I'm not getting too much closer to that edge, but I couldn't tell if they were part of the same tree, part of the same stump. Oh my gosh, look at this forest. This is awesome. You know, I was texting with Mr. Wizardo last week, or I don't remember. Seems like time is hard to keep track of when I'm here, because I'm doing so much and having so much fun. But I was telling him all the things that I had going on, going to see my favorite band, going to all these different historical sites, all these beautiful hikes. And he said, just keep living your best life, brother. And that is true. I am living my best life right now. And maybe that's why I'm not so worried about if there's a hotel in Tsumago. Because right now I'm just living my best life. And whatever comes, what may. And I'm not going to stress or get my blood pressure up over anything. But we are going to shut this off now because I want to conserve my battery here. And we're at 34 minutes. And the front of the camera is pretty warm. And it looks like there's some waterfalls down there. But sadly, I'm not going to be able to take a minute and go check them out, because I got to keep on rocking here. We'll ring this bell. Although I think, you know, I'm talking loud enough to the camera that bears probably would have heard me way off. But ooh, nice paved flat surface is nice to walk on. All right, I hate to do it, but I gotta let you guys go, or else this battery's gonna melt out of the front of this camera. All right, I love you guys. Everything is good, really good.